right, wins and losses didn't mean much in the preseason. Talk about the shift now and mindset as we're set to start another season now that everyone is playing for real.
Well, there'll be a different level of focus. Certainly it'll be in sharper perspective. The game will become more physical. You might see some nerves early too, Kevin, but now that there is something at stake, you can better believe the attention of these guys is standing sharp and at attention.
And how about us as broadcasters? We love this night.
Opening night butterflies are inevitable for everyone involved.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for Portland, Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. Harkless is out there with Nurkic, and it's Turner in at the three, the small forward. Now Beal, after the missed three from Damian Lillard. And Beal kicks to Wall. Six to shoot. There's the pass to Gortat. Nurkic with the block. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Here's the floater. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight grade to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
The free throw is good from Lillard.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Wall up top, covered by Lillard. Wall, no luck.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Outside Turner. Back to Lillard. Pass to Harkless. Turner with the screen. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Drills it from outside.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Out to Morris. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Morris has got 5.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Lillard against Wall. Steps back and fires. Goes back up. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
The Trailblazers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers. 2 seasons ago, you think about the Blazers. They were a young, overachieving team full of great bargain contracts. Well, yeah, they're still young, but they had to shell out some big-time cash to kind of keep that young nucleus together.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. And despite spending big money to keep their young talent all together, last season the Blazers, Greg, narrowly made the playoffs and were swept in the first round.
Yeah, and some of those contracts, they have to be a concern. This team doesn't show progress this season. Still, there's something to be said for that stability. This roster given a chance to grow together and develop that chemistry and continuity. Let's see what the ceiling is.
Now, here's Nurkic after Markieff Morris's miss.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now, here's Wall. He kicks to Gortat. Porter in the corner. Nice ball movement by Washington. Turner against Beal. Morris with the screen for Beal. The second effort. Not going to go that time. And it's Portland the other way. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Turner passes to Lillard. Nurkic a screen on Wall. Harkless kicks to Lillard. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got 8 points.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
You're right. I mean, he's found his rhythm early. The defense has got to do a better job guarding him from this point on.
Now here's Beal. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Morris a screen. Here's Porter. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Well, not too slim to mix it up inside. Nice work by Porter.
Lillard against Wall. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. Over court hot. Another miss by Nurkic. Wizards trail by 3. Right side Wall. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Beal against McCollum. Feeds to Nurkic. Nurkic a screen on Wall. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Another shot. And he sinks the layup.
Boy, look at how hard he pursues the basketball. Gets out of his area. Terrific work on the offensive glass.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Wall kicks to Morris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He has 7.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
McCollum against Beal. They set the pick. Screen by Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 11 points for Lillard.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
And so it's Portland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been giving John Wall all sorts of problems. He still hasn't been able to solve their defense. We come back right after this. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
We've got Oubre. Frazier is out there with Jody Meeks. And it's Smith. And it's Mahimi in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, my goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4 and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. Smith kicks to Mahimi. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by Meeks. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Connaughton's got the first basket of the second quarter for Portland. Frazier kicks to Smith. Passes it to Oubre. Frazier outside. There's the dish to Meeks. Shot clock at 6. Over to the wing. The feed now to Mahimi. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Doris, we've heard plenty of coaches say it. If you're going to take it to the rack, man, take it strong. Who would you say are some of the more aggressive dunkers that you see in the NBA now?
Yeah, so on his own, creating his own opportunities at the rim, Russell Westbrook comes to mind, LeBron James. Sometimes I feel like he's going to tear the backboard from the stanchion. DeAndre Jordan and Andre Drummond sometimes are the recipients of either offensive rebounding, putback, great dunks. There are so many, Kev, but those are just a couple of names that pop.
And the Antetokounmpo kid in Milwaukee, the way he is so long and seemingly out of place, and then all of a sudden those arms extend another 3 feet, and he dunks it and you go, wow, how in the world did he reach it? How did he do that?
The guy is like, he's a pterodactyl. The guy can take off from the top of the key and cover ground and throw it down. It's unbelievable.
Oof. Man, and the rejection by Mahimi.
And this is what you like about Jan Mahimi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
So for the Trailblazers, Swanigan, he's checked in for Davis, and Vonleh subbed in for Collins. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And there's the pass to Connaughton. The three-pointer is right on target. Connaughton's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, once a pass is made out of the double team like that, the defense is spread too thin to stop the bucket. Heads up assist there.
Frazier dishes to Mahimi. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
Here's Connaughton. He's guarded by Meeks. Connaughton kicks to Lillard. 6 to shoot. For 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, you wonder if with this timeout they're going to shake things up defensively, because everything they've thrown at him to this point has not worked. He's on a roll.
Last season, the Wizards having one of the best years in franchise history. No title for the team. But, Doris, they did secure their first division title since 1979.
And if my math is correct, Kev, that was a 38-year drought they managed to end. But for this team, I think they know it's just the start, and they want to go even deeper in the playoffs this year.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Here's Gortat. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Look, guys, when your father and older brother are boxers, Gortat is not scared of a little contact.
And Turner kicks to McCollum. McCollum with the screen for Vonleh. There's the pick. Back to McCollum for the 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Wall. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Beal. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Gentlemen. And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his health because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
And for the Blazers, tremendous scoring talent in their backcourt. How did they turn the corner in the West, Greg?
Clearly, it's going to be with their defense. I think that's where they've had their struggles. They're going to have to get better at the point of attack there and protecting the rim. I think some of it has to do with the lack of discipline, but also you could factor that into being just an inexperienced young group that's still kind of getting their feet wet.
Morris, a screen. Porter passes to Morris. Kicks it to Wall, shoots over Turner, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from John Wall.
Well, makes excellent use of the screen. John Wall, so dangerous.
The clock runs out.
Thanks very much, Bradley. The old saying, no rebounds, no rings. How important is it to continue to have 5 guys go to the glass in the second half?
Yeah, all five guys. Well, I think we're too worried about getting out in transition. So I think 1 through 5, including the guards, we all got to get in there and rebound.
You Can't score unless you have the ball, right? Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 14 points and 1 assist. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Wizards.
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, folks. A lot to see in that shot from high above Washington, the Capitol, the Supreme Court, the Lincoln Memorial. That is one heck of a view. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard. And here's McCollum on the court right now for the Trailblazers. The incredible pair of Lillard and McCollum are at the 1 and 2. Turner is out there with Mo Harkless. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. He dishes it to Harkless. Over Morris. That one wide left.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
It's Gortat with the drive. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And it's the little things that Marcin Gortat is so good at that helps you at that center position. His awareness of space, strong in the pick and roll, and also a solid finisher at the rim.
That free throw good from Gortat. And with Gortat, it's those little things like setting timely screens or Greg moving to open up room for others that make him so valuable.
Kevin, he is deadly in the pick and roll. One of the best screeners in terms of his effectiveness to create space. And usually he's near the top of the league in terms of baskets that are created off of his screens.
Nurkic a screen on Beal. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
And the second chance effort by Gortat. Gortat's got 6 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And Lillard kicks to Harkless. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
They were hoping for a fast start. Instead, they're 0 for 4.
Dishes the wall. Here's Morris. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Markieff Morris, a power forward who gives you a different look and a little bit of everything, Doris.
Well, what I love about Keith, he isn't going to back down on the block, and he's able to score in a number of different ways. Got a great nose for the basket, collected when finishing at the rim. This guy adds so much value.
Ed Davis is checked in for Maurice Harkless.
What a story for Markieff Morris, taking exactly 1 pick before his twin brother Marcus back in 2011.
Mahinmi's checked in for Washington. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Aminu's checked in. Ball against Lillard. He feeds it to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. Just 5 to shoot. It's McCollum with the drive.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
it matters not half court or in transition, Bradley Beal always a threat.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. Pass to Nurkic. There's a good screen. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Nurkic against Morris. Portland again missing. And the Wizards with possession. They've scored 10 straight. And it's Wall in the corner. Doris, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
They set the screen. Trying his luck deep. Drops in the tray. Connaughton's got 8.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Well, you've simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
All with it, now defended by McCollum. It's Wall with the drive. That one goes in. 6 points for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Davis sets a screen. Here's McCollum. And it falls over the rim and in.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Outside, Wall. Here's the teardrop. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, I think we can get intoxicated with the offensive end where John Wall is just so stellar at the point guard position. But this guy's athleticism allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. He does a great job creating turnovers.
Gortat's checked in for Washington. Frazier comes in for Meeks. And Doris, the turnovers you mentioned that Wall creates that are so valuable, he'll knock a ball loose and convert on the other end.
Well, he can do so many things on the defensive end, right, Kev? The steals have always been there. He's one of the best shot blockers at the point guard position because of his athleticism and his ability to come up with those chase down blocks with the speed and wingspan. Truly a thing of beauty.
Here's Frazier. His 3-pointers off the mark. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Goes up the baseline. Good as the jump shot falls. That's 7 points for C.J. McCollum.
Boy, Kev, I love his game. He can hurt you in so many different ways.
McCollum against Wall. Pulls it from 20. Yep, that one goes. Wall's got 10 points in the game.
You love it when a guy is unfazed by the defense. Nice shot by John Wall.
John Wall getting it done for Washington. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. Back right after this. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
I don't have any problem with the jump shots we're taking, but we can be more aggressive going to the basket and then getting that same shot. I'd rather get it in the paint once in a while and then kick it out, and then we'll have more rhythm to it, all right?
And some good points by Coach Terry Stotts. They're getting shots, but it wouldn't hurt them to play a little inside out, at least a little bit of it.
You know, I like that coach is making suggestions rather than demands. It empowers the players, and they have to learn how to make their own choices on the floor.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The explosive backcourt is Wall and Beal at the 1 and 2. Morris and Gortat together down low. And it's Oubre in at the 3. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. McCollum with the ball. Now Beal defending. From deep. The rebound by Gortat. Gortat's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Wall against Turner. Wall's shot is good. Wall's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Wizards.
Boy, after an up-and-down first half, he's finally gotten a flow. These are the right shots for him.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
We know this. Marcin Gortat has always been a very heady player. This is a guy who won't force shots. He's always looking to get a quality opportunity, and he's got great awareness on the floor.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. Portland also making some changes. Norkic checked in for Collins. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Noah Vonleh. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He told them it's time for you to fight to get this lead. Let's bring this one home. Guys, we'll see if they have what it takes to get it done. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Harkless hits them both. And people rarely think about the mental aspect of playing off the ball in the post, but Gortat Doris is as strong as any in the NBA.
Well, Kev, I think Marcin is so smart playing off the guys around him. He can face up and knock down a jumper from mid-range. He's an excellent cutter. There's a lot to like about his game.
They get it back. Morris makes it off the glass. Morris has got the lead up to 5 now for the Wizards.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Lillard kicks to Harkless. Turner against Porter. Pass to Nurkic. Shoots over Gortat. Here's Lillard. Knocks down the 10-footer.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Lillard against Wall. Back to Porter. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Now we come to expect John Wall will make the right play, create yet another open look.
Screen by Nurkic. Turner against Porter. Turner dishes to Nurkic. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. To the wing right side. Nurkic with the steal. And here's McCollum for 3. Connects from 3-point range.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Right, you love the aggressiveness. This guy is willing to take over at the key opportunities.
Oh, Morris in position. And no good that time. Trailblazers trail by 3. Down low, here's Turner, and it's Turner finishing it off.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Now, with the score this close, guys, I am shocked at the lack of defensive aggressiveness. That has to be shored up.
Morris with the screen for Porter. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the 2-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. Now, you've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. no good, and a chance to take the lead. Porter against McCullough. It's Wall with the drive. They recover it. It falls! .54 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Nails it! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
Wall against Lillard.
Crunch time is my time. John Wall is ready and willing to carry the load.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1. We'll see if they try it.
We've got 33 seconds left in the game. Screen by Nurkic. They set the pick. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And really, the defense on both sides, non-existent.
Yeah, as strong as some of these offensive performances have been, it's just not been solid on the defensive end. Neither team showing much heart in that department.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
I think if you think about the climb of this Wizards franchise in the Eastern Conference, you closely associate it with their star point guard, John Wall.
And those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 3. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul or go for the home run.
Well, you've got to be smart regardless of what you choose to do. You shouldn't just heave the 3 if it's not there. Let's see what happens.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
Now, how's this stat for Bradley Beal? The first player since Magic Johnson to have 3 25-point playoff games before he turns 21.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
A clean 3 is the only play.
Here's McCollum. Portland no good that time either. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. John Wall. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so it's Washington who scraped by with the win.